All right. The music is only an accompaniment, right, at this point. All right. So this is going to be actually just a update on the Schumann resonance. And, oh, I know what that is. Hold on. There we go. All right. So this is an update on the Schumann Resonance Harmonics, in honor of the name of the channel in the Facebook group. And my name is Verde Arbusto, and it is Friday, the 28th of August, 2020, the year we all see clearly, with or without glasses. And so I have done a number of other videos between, the last, I think, Schumann update I did, and this one. So I thought I would kind of anchor some energy, the proper focus of the group energy into doing a Schumann Resonance Harmonics update, and I guess a little bit of a lesson, So thank you all for being here. Thank you for the continued shout out from Wagers World. We love you. It's nice to see you have a video again, keeping everyone updated. Thank you for the comments. I am going to continue in the series about collective consciousness in the future. That's a big, long topic that's going to actually probably have a number of videos involved to it. Okay, so again, thank you all for being here. And where I'm at today is I have actually, excuse me, let me have a liquid refreshment. Thank you. I have the Google Translate on so that I can read this in English, but the generally speaking, this one is in translated too. I'm gonna have to find the other link. All right, but it's SOSRFF.RU. It's an actually fairly simple to get to the original Russian language site is fairly easy to remember. I mean, here, and I even have. I'll show you some of the other links. There we go. All right. So this is the this right here, sosrf.tsu.ru/new/shm.jpg gives you just the Schumann resonance electromagnetic spectrum from Tomsk. All right, so this is the Tomsk, Russia. .ru is the Russia. Suffix. All right, so once again, this over here is the resonant frequency. Your harmonic starts at 0 at the top, goes down to 40 down here. 0 is local time. It's 12 o'clock. This is all the 24-hour clock. This is 1600. This big spike came in. That's local time. It's not UTC. Okay, and then you have another one at 12. Okay, and then here's this one at 1 o'clock. All right, so now you got to remember this is the time of the day. All right, so 5 or 6, that's when you're waking up. The postmen are getting up at this time, 4 or 5 o'clock. This is when everyone's starting their day. This is the morning rush here. And then this is lunchtime here. This is your afternoon, so you're getting bombarded by this. At 16, that's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You're getting hit by a crazy electric wanger-danger. Winger-dinger right there. Okay. And then you have these mid-grade electrics and pumpkin and rust color. You have the stacking up of these harmonics up to 30, this is 29 to 30. It should be technically 33, but you see how difficult it is to nail down an actual frequency. I'm gonna move you over. Okay. So you can see how difficult it is to nail down an actual frequency. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm looking at my monitor, adjusting. That's why I'm doing this. Hopefully it's not that annoying. All right. So you can see here. All right, that's 32, that's 33. They have it, one of the literature has it at 33.8. I like calling it 33.3 for obvious reasons. All right. So this is, again, this is Russia. This is Tomsk. At the, yeah. Excuse me, I have to take some liquid refreshment. Okay. So, at the website of Tomsk, when you go there, okay, this is what you see. Everything's in Russian, Cyrillic. I think that's what they, what the tongue of Russia is Cyrillic, I think. I'm not sure. It's Russian, I know that. All right. So, I can't read what that says. All right. So I have it set here in the browser, way back over the back 40 here, somewhere. There we go. So I got it set up here so that I can see it in English. Okay. Now, okay, I'm just checking, make sure we're still recording. Okay, all right. All right, so this is actually still a test, a system test, because I have a new memory card in this, my capture unit, my camera here, my Samsung J3 capture unit, and I'm checking, I have a new, still I'm upgrading my system. So there's a new card, so I am running this through. On this video is the first video on the new memory card, the SD memory card I use. So, I'm not going to go into more detail about that at this time, but that's what the pause here is. I'm looking at my my capture unit, and you know, I'm adjusting. I'm looking at the picture, and I'm adjusting how it looks. This here today is the lesson. Okay, this is primarily the lesson, but this is this is just the introduction of the lesson, I think. Okay, so all right, so I just showed you the spectrograph as we would normally see the Schumann. Everyone throws that out, the Schumann, the Schumann, the Schumann. All right, so beware of the diurnal variations, beware of the day and the night differences, know at what time you keep grabbing information from. You know, the dips and the, you know, the ebbs and the flows are from the course of the layers of the ionosphere thinning out and reinforcing at nighttime. You know, all right. So in English, this is the site, Tomsk University, for the spectrograph. Like I said, having a little trouble trying to find my words here. All right, so So the first page, all right, and I will just show you this real quick. Okay. All right. So it says right here, this is where you get everything. All right, that right there. All right. Back to the regularly scheduled program. All right. So I just wanted to kind of point that out, that that's what that little tiny ass letters are over there. Okay. Now, all right. So I don't know. I'm forever going to be chasing the best angle on this. The best angle on the dangle. Okay, so, we'll work with this here. It says electromagnetic background level, dependencies of the level of the electromagnetic background on the local time in the range up to 30 megahertz and decibels. Local time is expressed in Tomsk Summer Daylight Savings Time, TLDV hours. TLDV equals UTC plus 7. Okay, so Tomsk, as goes Tomsk, so too does go the world of the Schumann decryption cult, do I call it? I don't know. I'm having a hard time decrypting the people following the Schumann and perpetually telling the wrong information, whatever. Part of it is the background noise, which you're picking up in the background, right? So, before talking about, the Schumann resonances, the question becomes, are you scanning for the background noise and filtering it out? How are you filtering out the background noise that that is there? Right? That's the question. How are you filtering out the background noise that's there when you measure the electromagnetic signature of the atmosphere? Okay. So now this is going up to 30 megahertz. The 30 megahertz up here is not the range of the Schumann resonance antennas. It's not the theoretical range of the Schumann equations. Trying to think of exactly the right way to put that, other than the Schumann equations. When Mr. Winifred Schumann was working out the equations for the resonance of the electromagnetics, which are invisible, for God's sakes, mathematically, it's in the lowest range, the ELF, that these things are, because they encircle the globe, which is a sphere. If you're a flat earther, the equation's not going to match. The equation isn't going to match up for you. Sorry, I think this is kind of an exclusive club here, because the mathematics are worked out in a spherical waveguide. If you believe in a flat waveguide, you've got to have other mathematics to go with that for your Schumann resonances. Okay, so this is just a disclaimer here. All right, so wanted to make that clear. So, actually, hold on. All right, so, oh, he's so cute. All right, so I'll have a little bit of myself down there. A talking head. I'll literally be a YouTube talking head. All right, so, yeah, there I am. All right. So it's important to know when you're measuring the Schumann is whoever measuring the background magnetics background electromagnetics of what's going on. All right, yes, and so this is what this chart is showing you, is that this right here. All right, so these are up to 30, 0 to 30. So these are megahertz. That's 1 megahertz is well beyond the range of the Schumann resonance, just so you know. The Schumann resonances are maybe up to... the Schumann resonances are like up to maybe 39 hertz, maybe 40, like 45. I think I had read literature was up to 45 hertz. That's like singular. A mega kilo is 1,000. Kilo is 1,000. Mega is 1 million. A giga is 1 billion. And a Peta is 1,000 billion, which is a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole fucking lot. All right. So this mega is a million. This is megahertz. Megahertz. This is not hertz. The regular, right, just so we know what the scale is, right? This is the time. These are repeating patterns during times. Okay, it looks like 21 to 6. 21 to 6. That's like the night. That's nighttime. All right, keep kind of repeating. Now, I need to make... All right. I need to make an important point on frequency. Okay. So, frequency happens over time. All right. Frequency only happens over time. Frequency is something it's a cycle per second. Okay. As it's measured by Hertz. There's different kind of scales, different waves, forms measuring different things. A good analogy is an automobile. In complex systems, there are many frequencies depending upon the revolutions per minute, okay, of things moving around in a circle, like the flywheel. The revolutions of the car engine are generally speaking measured off the flywheel, which moves at a different speed, turning speed, than the wheels themselves. Okay, so it's important to know when you're talking about speed, miles per hour, that it's the whole car itself, which is the wheel speed, and not the engine speed. Because if you have a certain gear ratio on your car, your engine speed could be way high, but you're not moving that fast, right? So that's what a transmission is, that's what gear ratio is, highway speed, all of this stuff. So depending upon what, where you have the sensor is measuring the speed, the relative speed of the thing. And in a closed, in a complex system, like a car, with a lot of moving parts, you have a rather complex system, right? So there's so what are we measuring with frequency? And, a car engine can be moving very fast, but the car itself is not moving fast. So like a truck, I think that's a good way to look at that. So what we're talking about here, when we're looking at the scales here of what this is the size of the vehicle, okay? Right? I'm fairly certain that that's what we're looking at here. That's what I'm looking at here, is the intensity, the density. I think that's a great way to put that. We have another scale where Wages talks about the density of the KP index, I believe it is, where he talks about the higher density. It's charge versus current, amps versus volts. Okay, like this is what we're talking about here. All right, now relative to the Schumann, relative to electromagnetics, Ohm's law. It goes back to Ohm's law. I got that somewhere up here. Okay, so somewhere up here. Bam, right? So Ohm's law. Okay, our atmosphere is the R, the resistance, okay, of the resistance of the atmosphere itself, okay, and the voltage is the electricity. This is what here is what sparks the Schumann resonances here, the gap, this spark plug, big ass spark plug. That's kind of what this is. The atmosphere, is big ass spark plug, if you will. And that spark going through the 200 ohms, like the potential it takes roughly, they were saying, is 20,000. I was talking about this in the other video, where it's talking about the Schumann resonances and the voltage potential of the atmosphere is 200 ohms and 200,000 volts of these jammies right here, volty thingies. Okay, so we have to remember that. Well, it's a spark gap here. Okay, all right. So frequency is only measured this ways. Okay, frequency don't get measured on the bing to the bling to the bling to the bling. Okay, those are instantaneous. There is a measurement of time of the spike, but that is not a frequency properly. I just want to, reiterating that these spikes, the amplitude spikes, are not frequency per se. All right. So, where are we at? All right. So this is the intensity, the size of the vehicle, and you can see it starts meaning something, going from the background. This is almost the same as the Schumann resonance chart in the respect that this is the background magnetics, background at rest. I'm sorry, the background at rest, lack of magnetics or anything here. All right, so this is comparable to the Schumann here, all over indiglow, right? This all here is indiglow. As you see on there we go. Bam to the blam, bam. Oh, no, you're not supposed to do that. I don't like it when you do that. Can we just do this? Can we just be friends? There we go, all right. Now will you do that for me? Show me. Oh man, no! I don't like it when you do that. That's all right. I got a trick for you. I got a fun trick for you. Bam, 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 bam to the blam. Whoa! You got a trick for me, huh? Okay, all right. Up to 200. All right. Whatever. Hey. Oh man, come on. Yeah. Hey, I don't care. This new chip don't seem to need to have the 30-minute limit on it. Like, yeah, I'm loving it. All right, so this indiglow, what I was talking about, the indiglow here, being not the dark blue, right? That's you see on the other chart, it was 0 to 5, 0 to 10, this whole area here. Not much going on, all right? So, all right. So you see the scale, relative scale. All right, so, you have these lines is 10 to 15, and then the aqua is at about 20. This is, like I said, the size of the package, the size of the vehicle, it's going up, 25, 30, 35, 40. And so the biggest intensity of this, that is at 1 to 2 megahertz, which is the user range, us down here on Earth. And then you start going up to 6 and then 8 megahertz, these stridations. These are frequencies, all right? These are not Schumann resonances. I just want you to know that. You may or may not have known that. but I just want you to know that, and I don't want to tell anyone in comments. You misunderstood what I said. These are not Schumann resonances because these are megahertz, going up to 30 megahertz, where it says it up here, megahertz. All right. Okay, and this is here is giving you this fun little chart here, this graphic. I love the two of these together. All right, so this, hold please, system processing. Oop. All right. So this guy up here, move the mouse right here, you go. All right, see our chart up here where we see the blue, it correlates to the blue. This is our background. This is our true background. But way up here, at 30, you see this is 30, the nothingness going on way up here at 30 megahertz. This is really the background. There's nothing, 0 to 5. There's not much of that going on. But when you start getting into the 10 and the 15 to 20, 25, we start bringing it down in the frequency, relative frequency here, you start seeing these patterns of your daily life here. These magnetic waves of very high frequency, millions. These are millions. 8, 9 million, 10 million, 11 million. Here we go at 10 million hertz. This is the world around you here. Now this is, well, maybe not you. You're probably not here in Russia, in Tomsk, but this is where, oh man, see, I'm not liking this when they're doing that. All right. So, okay, whatever. All right. So you see, this is the relative scale here coming on this side. All right, how high this is, the pink. If you're ever in any of these pink, the mid-grade, what I'm calling mid-grade electrics here. I mean, I can get into that. I will probably get into that later. But you see how it's scattered. This is the density going from the density of the density. I don't even know how to explain this. You just have to kind of see it and resonate with what it's saying there. This is the middle of Russia, and they're giving you, like this right here, okay, the yellow, this band of yellow, mustard yellow, is right in here, the middle of where they are. That right there is where Tomsk is located. That's where their antenna, the middle of what their antenna is, and they're sweeping this whole area. So the sweep that they get back, the ping that comes back from the signals, this is an active scanning. And so this is the results that you see in the background magnetics. All right, so that's the first thing that I wanted to show. I have shown the Schumann resonances. Okay, that's that. This is the frequencies. All right. Yay. All right. This is dependencies of Schumann resonance frequencies in Hertz, single Hertz, on local time. Local time, dependencies, where am I reading? Sorry. Dependencies of Schumann resonance frequencies in Hertz on local time. Local time is expressed in Tomsk Summer Daylight Savings Time, TLDV hours. TLDV equals UTC plus 7 hours. All right, that's what all that is saying up there. All right, so I can bring this down. Don't bring me down. I'm down. That's not you down. All right. All right, I'm still working with the angle, I guess. No, pardon me, sorry about that. Oh, come on, man. Why you mess with me? All right. Oh, it is a love thing indeed. All right, so our wave. This is, again, our waveform. Right. I like showing that because you can see the resonances. All right. So, okay. This is, I think you can see that well enough. I'm looking at my camera, the close-up here in the angle. All right, so this is our white mode. So I've explained the difference, what the modes are. There's another teaching lesson on that, and I think I'll use the mouse here. All right, so over here on this side, this is the frequency. This is the dependency of the frequencies in cycles per second. But you look at what we're looking at here in mode 1. Okay. All right, so I'm not going to go over, again, what the modes are, unless people throw out in comments, you know, what are you talking about with the modes? Well, I didn't see that other video. I have to say, go to the other video where I talk about the modes. Okay. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, it's not, you know, the camera here is not giving me a deadline that I need to stop. So I'm at like 33 minutes right now. So I'm just going to kind of talk for an hour and see what of that I get. And maybe, hopefully, it'll be one file. I don't know. All right.